So hello, welcome to this XPick demo. We're going to go through setting up really quickly a high-level overview of an XPick workflow with picking. So here we have the generic picking workflow, and I basically am checking here to make sure that our main path, the pick location, the article, the amount, and the place location are set up properly with the enable camera, because today we would not be using an external device, but the camera of the device. That way we can easily just scan by saying start scanner and not having to deal with Bluetooth pairing at this moment. For the next demo, we will then use a scanner and talk about that a bit more. So here, for example, we're also going to leave the default settings for the color options down here at the bottom, so colorizing the cart box that we'll be seeing here. And in general, talking about these configurations we'll talk about in another video. So first on the server, we want to make sure that we have the template made, and for that we have to ensure that the workflow itself is published. And since I've already added the template here, I can just go into it and click edit, and I have named it picking items, and it's using the XPick demo workflow, appropriately named. I also have it listed as selectable in the task list, and the two users you saw at the bottom who are able to then access that. And here we have the tasks that have been uploaded. So I'm going to really quickly show you here under configuration where you can upload more tasks if needed. Once those tasks are selected, as we'll see here in a second, the sweep picking with specification, you would then upload that, and then you could click the upload tasks button, and then you also have the option to go to the asset upload. So you could have a short description of the item while you're picking, which we'll see in a bit, or you could upload the images here, for example. Now please note some of these images need to be resized once more because they're going to be, as you can see here, zoomed in a bit more. The Haribo gummy bears are appropriate size, but the other ones I need to fix the sizing for the next item. Now that those are uploaded, we can see here the tasks that are ready to go. And last we need to do is open up the QR code generator. Here we're just using a QR code. And this is where we're going to be showing the items that we need to scan. So this is the RealWare Explorer that I have set up with the HMT1 right now. And I'm going to go under my tasks, and I see the picking items. And this Excel sheet is the specifications that I've uploaded. We can see here if I scan demo 00 or any of the other items, I'm going to see my article and as well as the article short text, should there be no image, and also the place location and some other identifiers for that spot. This we can also talk about in a further deep dive into the picking workflow. So here, for example, you can see the name. So the name down here at the bottom, the 400, aligns with the article code that we see there. That's how we know that our assets are going to be connected for when it pulls the data and then displays it on the smart glasses. So I'll leave that here at the bottom just so we can reference it. So here in the workflow, we're going to start. You can see that the scanner is not connected, which is okay for us because we're doing the camera of the device. And we're going over to continue to scan the trolley ID. So here I have the demo mix 1. And with this demo mix 1, we can now see that I've scanned. It's the Leibniz pickup, which you see the descriptive text there. And here in a moment, it's going to load the image as well. You can see here, for example, it's showing the different variations of data that's needed. And therefore, I know that I need to then scan the location. So 1.2, which we see at the top left, highlighted in orange, the 1.3 rather. Put that one in wrong here, fix that in a second. So showing that it's the incorrect scan by being red. And now we're going to highlight it, and now it's popped over to the next. So now that we are at the right location, we'll go over to the article, which you see in blue, shows us the current step, and then what's highlighted in orange is what's required now. So now again, we have to say start scanner, and this is going to open up our scanning to then scan the QR code that we have on the left side. So an alternative way to do this would be to print out these various QR codes and not use it on the command center. That way it can be presented in a better format for a demo. And now we're on to the amount. So on the Excel sheet here, for example, you can see that there's a 2, And on the glasses, they also see 2. And for that, we could just do a voice command. We're also able to do voice commands for each of the steps by enabling that on the different components for pick location, article, and place location as well. And what we can also do is open up our exceptions, and then we can do, let's try the early deposit. And these were going to vary on the customer and their needs, so depending on what kind of possibilities they need to have there. Here we're going to try and do a next item, so we'll try the demo salt 1 here. So now that I have that, I can start the scanner. And that's going to open in the next one. So here again we see the descriptive text of the snacks, and again the image, we need to resize those. I have the top left oranges highlighted and the pick, so we have the pick location that needs to be filled out. The 2.1, which we can see there, needs to be used, and then it's going to move us on to the next area. And then here again we can see the article, and then we do the same procedure we've done before by scanning with the camera. And here on the next one as well, we can try and open up the exceptions and pick the cancel pick. And once we have that canceled, let's jump back to the server. And here, once we're back on the server, we can see here the task list. So we see the one that was canceled. We see some that are done with a not completed bar because we skipped over some of them. And we have a small overview here with the task list as well. So we can also get some of this data from the configuration and get in the file viewer, and that'll give us a bit more overview of our picks. But here you can see the various picks that we've had previously. Thanks for joining.